Hey everyone, I'm Rui. If you read my blog last week, you know that I'm going through a bit of a transition period right now. There are a lot of different aspects of my life that are in disarray, and I'm just trying to get things back on track. The plan is to document my progress week to week. Sometimes it's going to be in video like this, sometimes it'll be in writing, but my hope is every Wednesday I'll have something new for you. This is a little new to me, so just kind of bear with me as we go through this. But let's just kind of start with what happened last week. And I guess I've got good news. I was freaking out a lot about my job search and what that meant, and I ended up scheduling an interview, and I actually just had that interview just a couple days ago, and it went really well. I got an email back just this morning saying that they also enjoyed the conversation that we had in the interview, and they're planning on getting back to me sometime next week. So that's kind of a step in the right direction. Before that interview was scheduled, I was trying to keep my mind occupied. So I was focusing a little bit on some of the documentary film stuff that I've been working on. I'm part of a group called Roc Docs. It's a local documentary filmmaking group. And I'm trying to get more involved, not just on the filmmaking side, but also on the community side. So I'm actually part of the advisory board now. And this, last week kind of did a couple of things associated with that. One was me and another board member met to discuss the website and tried to figure out some changes that we could make and just ways that we could be more engaging for our current members. After that, the other thing that I did was I hosted a screening for the first time. We do a monthly member screening every third Thursday. We have a filmmaker who has a work in progress or something that they want some feedback on or some critique. We talk about things beforehand, we show the screening, and then we discuss things afterwards. And so my job as a host is to kind of facilitate those discussions. And I think I did a pretty good job. Sometimes people can get off track, and I tried to steer us in the right direction. But it was a good discussion that we had, and it kind of led into us talking about other things that we're doing as a group. One of which is this 48-hour documentary competition. So the idea is basically you have to shoot and edit and finish a documentary in 2 days. Nothing too crazy, just like for a 4-minute documentary, but it really stresses your creativity and your abilities. So I had an idea for a film that I can do for this competition, and it kind of stemmed from all the transition that I've been going through, and just how it exacerbates some of my focus management issues. And I was talking to a couple of friends of mine who have been diagnosed with ADHD, and pretty much everything that they said aligned with all of the things that I've been going through for most of my life. So I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, but I wanted to try and capture that focus management or mismanagement and hyper focus that I have throughout the day. So I thought, what better way to do that than a POV documentary? So I wore a camera on my head and captured my day. And then afterwards, I kind of reviewed that footage and gave a little bit of a voiceover of my perception of what was happening. The footage itself wasn't perfect, but after editing and adding the voiceover and doing the music and stuff, I was pretty happy with what I came up with. I do think the POV really accentuated the chaos of my day. Plus, it was just kind of fun to do. I did it on a Friday. What's fun about that is I have Ultimate on Fridays. So I also had this on playing Ultimate, which was kind of cool, just getting that different perspective of me playing from, my point of view, catching it, throwing it, etc. It was just a nice thing to end my day with. Ultimate is where my people are. Like, that's where I feel supported and connected to, this great community. It's kind of awesome just like being on the sideline joking with friends, or being on the field running, chasing plastic. Both of those things are very soothing to me, and they just feel good, right? Especially after having like a stressful week, just getting out there and like doing the physical exertion and the connection just helps alleviate some of that stress. The last thing I want to talk about is the thing that I was super excited about last week, which was my basement. I got rid of a lot of stuff, like a ton of junk, a ton of things that I didn't need. I talked about this in my post last week about clearing things out and clearing your head and how cathartic that is. And it definitely was, especially putting all the stuff on the curb. So that was my week. My goal was to stay positive and just like keep moving forward. And I think I did a pretty good job of that. As I said before, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with these videos and these blog posts, but if you have any ideas for me, or if you think that I'm doing something wrong, or if you want to just give me words of encouragement, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for sticking around, and I will catch you at the next one.